Cutters, Degrassi, unpopular opinions. Hey there, hello there, hello there. It's Jeff Cutter, and welcome to another Degrassi unpopular opinion. And this is about how Degrassi handled the abortion issues. So, a lot of us knew the episode Accidents Will Happen from season 3 of Degrassi. If you're Canadian, like yours truly, you would obviously know that, the fact of the matter was that we got to see the episode, even though it was a little bit taboo and all that. The American audiences never got to see that episode for 2 years. And, abortion being very taboo, more taboo in the US than Canada in that fact. We also learned about abortion through Lola and Miles in the last season of Next Class. And basically how, Miles got Lola pregnant and Lola decides to go get an abortion and all that. And Miles thinks he's messed up his relationship with Tristan, but basically, Miles is bisexual. What do you expect? So anyway, the fact is that Tristan and Miles aside, the whole thing about abortion, it wasn't just about Accidents Will Happen. There was also another episode in 1989. Degrassi High did it. Was it the season 2 premiere or something like that? But basically, yeah, it was unbelievable and all that. In 1989, Erica actually gets pregnant in exchange for her sex slave. And basically, people think that abortion is morally wrong. It was hard to believe, but Erica gets aborted by anti-choice protesters who bring stop slaughter and save the unborn. And basically, in Degrassi High, Erica's decision to have an abortion haunts her long after she has the procedure. She basically finds stuff called abortion is murder and all that. And, eventually Eric finds and confronts the person harassing her and has a physical altercation. And the perpetrator says that you should be ashamed of yourself. 9 months later, Heather has symptoms of PTSD over the guilt she feels for not preventing Erica's abortion. As a pro-life Christian, Heather thinks that she's responsible for killing a person. And then, of course, later on, after Degrassi High was Degrassi not next gen, but School's Out, when basically, Tessa has an abortion procedure and basically, Joey impregnates her. She decides to have an abortion and, we don't get to know much about it. So you got to realize that Degrassi may have done abortion wrong, in a sense. And did they do a good job at abortion? That's basically the unpopular opinion. I think they did. Considering how taboo they went with the subjects and basically how they're telling us what to think, I think they did a good job. I mean, I completely forgot about Erica and Heather's problems in Degrassi High when Erica is pregnant and all that. But yeah, Accidents Will Happen in the one with Lola, I think they did a decent job in talking about abortion and all that. Now, of course, being a next gen guy, watching Manny, have sex with Craig and all that. Manny going after Craig, even though Craig is supposed to be with Ashley and all that. The Manny Craig Ashley love triangle took form in season 3, basically. And Emma and Manny have an on again, off again friendship, mostly because, Emma couldn't stand being with a slut for a friend and all that. Because, Manny was upset with Emma that she didn't go after Chris. Emma says, he has a girlfriend. I can't go after him. But when she finds out that Chris and his girlfriend split, then basically Emma will go after Chris. But basically, yeah, Manny thought Emma was a little too prudent, and Emma thought that Manny was just being too sexualized and all that. Emma had a point. I mean, Emma was worried that Manny was going to get herself in trouble. And then, Manny gets pregnant and all that. Manny screws up a gymnastics competition. Degrassi loses it. And basically, Manny realizes she's pregnant and all that. Spike decides to help her out because she was a teenage mom and all that, and says that maybe your parents will be supportive. Mine were. However, Manny says not going to happen because basically her cousin was shipped to the Philippines to a convent for being pregnant underage. So basically, Manny runs the risk of being sent back to Manila. So what you got is basically the fact that Emma, Manny wasn't sure how to tell anyone. Of course, the school knows thanks to Ashley. And, was Ashley right in spreading the news about Manny being pregnant by Craig? I mean, she was jilted by Craig. I mean, she was upset that Craig would be such a jerk. And you know what? Craig deserves the hatred. And I can understand where Ashley gets it from. And, I understand Ashley. And I don't blame Ashley for doing that. I mean, Ashley was just mad at Craig. Manny, not so much, but I think Craig. And basically, Ashley wants to destroy Craig's life. Craig knows that he's got to make things right with Ashley. And so he does and manages to get Ashley back on his side. Why? I don't know. Ashley deserved better. And Craig deserved better too. Craig and Ellie, maybe. But Ellie was with Sean. So, anyway, so Manny feels ashamed of herself and all that. And Emma wouldn't really talk to her and all that. She tells Emma that, she told her mom about going to the clinic, the abortion clinic. And Emma is upset, saying that, this isn't right. You can't do this to a baby and all that. And Manny says, I'm sure I'm going to be a good mom, but not now. Besides, Manny and Craig fumble babysitting Emma's infant brother, Jack. So basically, Manny couldn't do it. Emma says that you can carry it full term and put up for adoption. At least the baby will have a life and all that. But Manny, of course, isn't too sure. And Emma says, you can't do this and all that. And then, Craig was upset that Manny wanted to have an abortion, and Craig was upset. The problem with me is that it's a big what if. Is what if Craig actually told Manny the truth about, why he wanted this baby? Because, Craig's home life was in shambles. His parents are both dead. He's with Joey and all that. He just wants a family and all that. I just wish that Craig had told Manny these things. I don't think he ever did. But that's why Craig wanted to have the kid, because he wanted to have a family, because his was broken and all that. And Emma then tells Craig, basically, I understand your views on abortion, but it's Manny's body. And if she wasn't my best friend, I would be furious. Craig argues, but Emma says, I agree, but also it's her body. It's supposed to be the woman's right to choose and all that. And of course, Manny was shocked that Emma stood up for her and approved the abortion. To me, it's like, everyone's like, whoa, Emma's supporting Manny and all that? Two things come to mind with me. Is number one, where did Emma get the sense to actually say that? Did Emma finally realize that, it's the woman's right to choose? And number two is, did Emma get talked to by Spike? Remember, Spike knows that Manny's pregnant and helped her out. Spike could have talked to Emma about the fact that you got to support your best friend. Now, what gets me is that allegedly Emma and Manny were not supposed to be best friends anymore because of the whole blow up after, the rave thing and all that. Was Emma trying to get Manny's friendship back because she didn't really have any friendships? She was with Chris still, but I think that Emma was desperate to have Manny back in her life and realizes that she should have Manny back in her life. And maybe she makes a plea that, I should be your best friend. I will accept this whole abortion thing and all that. Maybe Emma was desperate to have Manny back as a best friend. I think Emma cracked. And the fact of the matter is that in season 4, Emma loses Manny again, thanks to her pettiness about Chris. I mean, Emma deserved it, but, I just wish that Emma hadn't done it, because I think Manny and Liberty would have helped her deal with Rick's advances. And it's like, why didn't Emma just talk to someone about Rick's advances? I don't know. So anyway, Rick and all that aside, they did abortion quite well. I know it's a touchy topic. Teen pregnancy was a touchy subject in the 1980s when Degrassi Junior High decided to go there. And it was weird. But yeah, it was weird the abortion episode was aired in Canada without any issues. And then in the States, they had to wait 2 years and all that. So basically, yeah, it was hard to believe about the abortion episode. So yeah, I think they did abortion quite well from both sides of the coin, if you will. And accidents will happen was a decent episode and all that. It showed, morality on both sides of the way. And man has an abortion and all that. But yeah, it was fun. Well, it lasted. Anyway, thanks for watching this unpopular opinion. We'll see you later.